hit me with that one.
Why?
Well, my arm's still not 100%, and that really hurt. I think he knew that was coming. Anything we feel like we know is coming in this opening phase, because there's no Tusk ban to start with. That's one of the most obvious ones, right? And Grimstroke for again. Do we see kind of like, is this becoming your more standardized openings, should we say? Because we have seen a lot of Grimstroke and Tusk.
I don't know if Viking are too all in the Tusk. I honestly can't remember from the top of my head. I think they're more like Mars, Phoenix.
SD we saw as well.
Sure.
Snapfire.
Go for Snapfire, yeah. I just don't think they're too all in on this Tusk. Maybe OG Seed is, maybe, but yeah,
we definitely see though they like the Grimstroke a lot as well.
But you can see right now, I think it's very clear that if OG Seed doesn't pick Mars, Viking will.
Yep.
So Viking have put themselves in a strong position of, we first pick Snapfire, we don't have to rush and commit to the Mars that I think OG Seed might have guessed that could come. If you don't pick it, we pick it. So I think Viking are ahead in the draft right now simply because of this.
Yep. Not to mention Snapfire denies Phoenix, which is something OG Seed really love to play. They grab the Nyx, seen as a counter to the Snapfire, but I'm always concerned when I see it opened with, simply because it's a very low damage support hero.
Feels lost, right?
And yeah, you need to have like the right matchup around Nyx, which leaves you less able to iterate on what your enemy does, and you have to focus more on ensuring you have a nice combination with it. The Void Spirit, I thought that this was... it's just a better pick. I like this here. You have Hunt now, very, very strong kill potential, and you can get right on top of the Snapfire to take him out.
Yeah, I feel like Void Spirit, I'm surprised that he didn't really get touched in any significant way in this patch. I think he lost 5 damage on his talent at 10.
Yeah, it's negligible. Its hero's still perfectly the same. Can flex between offlane and mid, even support to some degree. Like, hero's not been touched at all.
How do you feel about Aether Remnant? Because I know I've seen a lot of people really frustrated about the fact it's an unavoidable stun. If there's set up like Yules, for example, there's no chance to BKB.
I think it's necessary, and also if they're complaining about that, it's the same as like Mirana Arrow, right? And it, to an extent, like Nyx and Line have that same ability. If you stun properly out of Yules or Disrupt or any sort of immunity effect, you'll also like kind of spawn in the stun and then be affected without being able to BKB. So there's
I
other
actually
things
kind of
that
like the
exist.
hero right now. I think it's somewhat like decent. You know, it's, like, it's not too strong. Like, it's good, but it's not like, oh my god, it's broken first pick yet.
I point to items and how I think meta items dictate meta heroes a lot more than people realize. I think it goes in that direction versus some people saying, oh, the heroes, they get these items. But think about what Void Spirit's like to buy, right? Vessel, Blade Mail, Crystallis before it was nerfed, Yules. Like, all of these are very flavor of the month items that, you know, all the best heroes in the patch are buying.
But that's why I like the hero, right? It's because it has like 3 or 4 item like trees that you can go down, right?
Yeah.
So that's why.
Yeah, and they're all relatively cheap, right? The comparative last game where Shadow Fiend is rushing towards this butterfly, where it's just so much unused gold for a long time.
That's the difference, right? Because and this is also the same with Ember Spirit. Even Death Prophet, like Voice Rate, all these heroes, it's like, what do I want to buy? I have so many good options. Shadow Fiend's like, well, shit, I got 4,000. What the hell do I buy here? Like, I got all these problems. Yeah, and that's the issue. Same with Lina. It's like you kind of mindlessly buy Yules, but it doesn't feel good. You don't just have better options.
It's just the build you do, right?
Yeah.
Timbersaw, just another strength hero like Viking do. And so far, not any strength heroes shown from OG Seed, so it's not like a powerhouse pick.
Timbersaw nowadays is pretty much nothing to do about the strength hero. It's a small factor, but it's the fact that it's exists within the lane, tanky enough hero, draws in 3-4 heroes. That means they're wasting TPs to kill this hero, unlocks the map, and suddenly the game's in your favor. So it's nothing to do about that strength matchup, but I think it's actually interesting because normally it's banned out by most teams. So the fact that we actually get to see a Timbersaw game, it's going to be
now
very good.
So if OG Seed were first pick, I would have said, I hate this because you should save the bat. But if they were to just kind of go as support and then reveal bats a core, you know, you're still going to have that option as Viking GG to pick a lane counter. So instead, they're going to keep it open. So it could be support bat, could be core bat. You just look to see how Viking GG look to counteract it in the laning phase and then decide where you want to put it.
And they let that open to themselves by picking the Nyx, right? So it's not too obvious. You've got this Nyx in your draft where that's a hero that is always inherently countered Bat Rider.
Yeah, I think in terms of drafting, I think you're shifting more towards second pick, having that gotcha pick on pick 4. Because of course, like you bait up like flex pick, you see a hero, and then boom, you snap pick your core. So that's why I think the Bat Rider in pick 3 on second pick is really strong.
That's fair, right? Because it used to be, I'd say, what, like the third pick was where one side took the forward pace, and then try and force their opponents to react to their draft instead of completing their own, should we say. It's like usually that's where you start to feel like one team has leveraged an advantage in the draft. Does that sound right, or do you think it was usually later than that, like 4th pick?
I think it just depends on the draft most of the time.
Depends on where you get, Like if like you could argue as well, like if you're first pick and you've picked, let's say, squishy support, they pick 2 backlines, and suddenly boom, you snap.
The previous lineup from a Viking wasn't really lane dependent at all, right? It's DK Mars in your side lane, so you can. What are you really going to do
boys,
there?
hard to...
Bat Rider Nyx are much more matchup dependent, specifically Bat. So both these supports are quite weak against him. So that leans me more to say that this will be a support Bat, but you still have a ton of options. You don't mind a matchup against Timber. In fact, you'd love that in a core Bat scenario. But this last pick now, you kind of have to commit. And this is the thing. All of these heroes are open. But in theory, they go for a Darkseer. Jesus, they have like 3 offlaners now, well, 4 technically if you count the Nyx. This is very odd to me because Darkseer Bat, they banned the Oracle for a reason you can see.
Yeah, you have to get rid of that.
Still, you're both weak to the same type of hero. Like, don't you just jug or Lifestealer now?
Yeah, Shad plays a really good Lifestealer, I think. It's one of his top heroes.
Yeah.
Feels like the Oracle ban's just like a buy one, get one free in the eyes of OGC. It's like, well, we might as well double down on heroes that get counted.
There's a free anti-mage game as well. The amount of space Timbersaw will create. We'll just unlock.
Yeah, but I hate anti-mage Timber cores. I'm not a fan. Give me they get the boom quap. Better. That's what they were waiting for. And to me, this makes a lot of sense when you think about it, because I feel like this is an easy, to your point, it could be an AM too, but Lifestealer Jug, you're fine with either one. Yep. One's going to get banned, you take the other. The Quap probably would have been removed. This is also a great matchup if they decide to go core bat. So it pretty much guarantees that'll be support, which means you now know this is a 3 Darkseer and a mid Void Spirit. You don't mind playing mid against the Void Spirit as a Quap.
So if you know this is coming and you're OG seed, what are you filling this draft with? What do you still need? What can handle that incoming threat?
Medusa game. I could see it's still a great Medusa game. You need raw damage output, but
I think they're just looking for their Madara here right now. Obviously, it's gonna be Bat 5, Nyx 4, Darkseer off lane, Void Spirit carry. Mid. Nothing too crazy.
Yep.
And they have last pick as well to decide their Madara hero.
Well, they banned the anti-mage.
Yeah, because it is literally a free game for him.
That's a good point, because you already have like Quap issues. Now they go Lifestealer. Yeah,
okay, sure.
Yeah. The Morphling ban, you go Lifestealer.
Both technically right.
And that, yeah,
congrats.
Sure, nice job. But,
Elbow.
Good call.
Sticking to it.
The Quap pick makes a lot of sense. I really like this from Viking GG, and this to me is where the coach comes in handy, right? Because you're as a carry player, you're thinking about your own hero, your own matchups, but no, take our Quap, take this hero for our mid player that he's thrived on, and we know that we have a myriad of choices for our last pick. And now I feel like you have to do so. You need a hero that changes the win condition here, that gives OG Seed something to bank on. Because right now, it feels like a free game for all 3 cores, and inevitably they'll outscale too.
I would give them scaling as well, right? Because OGC, the thing that held them back last game is they just couldn't keep pace as the game went on. But doesn't that put them in a similar scenario to last game where all the eggs are in one basket?
PA.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
It's a
fast
I feel like they needed a hero that had that kind of go mentality. So Ursa, PA, obviously let's talk about PA right now. Sure, it's going to be a bit weird, but it'll blow up the Quap, it'll blow up the Rubik, blow up the Snapfire. It's going to have a free game in that sense. The question is, can it find farm if under the aggression of Timbersaw in your lane and this Quap actively moving around the map?
How do they hit towers?
Got a weird face in your...
How do they hit towers? Who plays against Timbersaw?
Like, you can build Death on PA, but it's not about hitting towers, it's about killing heroes.
How does
right?
Deathso help? It's going to be a Blade Mail Quap that counteracts the minus
It's going to be one of those moments where you have to go, Timbersaw.
It's all single target damage. There is no damage on the side of OGC. Viking and GG have massive AoE. Once again, tankier cores.
Think about the stuns though. If PA gets the Deso BKB, probably do you even need BKB actually this game when you're against a Lift and a Cookie? Like I think this PA will just rip through them. And they have the aggression, like the Bat Rider can deal with the Timbersaw if it's a decent lane. Void Spirit buys Vessel. The Lifestealer wants to farm. Quap, sure, if you make one bad rotation, you got the Nyx v Quap matchup, so you've already set yourself up for a decent support v core matchup. I think OGC actually, it's promising. Like
okay, well,
there's
Although the halberd on Lifestealer will pretty much just.
Carl, are you much in the Viking train right now?
This
you
is
look
like
you are.
huge outdraft in my books. This has to be a perfect game from OG Seed, and they have to somehow find a way to kill towers and take mid-game team fights and kill Timbersaw.
And this NT, are you on the other train?
You know what? I just want more than 2-0s because this entire qualifier has just been 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. So I'm just gonna get behind OGC. You know, the Darkseer aggression, Batrider. Why not? Let's go for it. Yeah.
All right, buckle in. We'll see if OG can actually bring the aggression they need to keep this dream alive, or if they're going to be kicked out before they even make it to the group stage. Lyrical Trent on the line, ready to give you game number 2.
Oh, my goodness gracious. There was some anger brewing on that panel there. Kyle, he's could just feel the vein popping in his head as he's just looking at this PA. What do you think, man? Is he on something here?
It's like the Leffen. It's like the preempting Johns coming out for his brother's team. It's not Z-Freak's fault. Everything else is wrong with this team. And then you have Governor, who's just there like, as every best analyst phrase ever ends with, why not?
Thank you.
Lots of confidence in the OGC lineup.
You guys were killing it. I love it. Thanks a bunch, guys. Are you going to be able to watch it okay? Or are you going to need to look away for a little bit? I don't know. I feel like this could go either way.
To wipe his eyes.
It feels very similar to last game, right? This idea of sustained aggression at the perfect time for OG. I think the panel was pretty accurate in that regard. They were right game 1. They didn't find their timing. They had a really tough time locking down and tracking Viking GG. And we'll see if they've learned from their mistakes in the previous match.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Well, the one thing that I didn't really feel, and I might have missed it at the beginning. You okay?
Just Timbers. Look at Toby's quick buy.
What's he got there? Oh, my God.
Got a lot of hands.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Helping hands. Always nice. Yeah, I will say, though, that, like, the one thing I didn't hear +1 retaliate.
He tagged a tower shot, I think.
Nice. You like to see it. So the one thing that the panel, they might have talked about it and I might have just missed it, but I didn't see a lot of them talking about the Nyx versus Timber matchup. Like, yeah, you're not going to be able to kill him that easily as Z-Freak. Oh, look at him. He's sneaking in. What a player. Mr. Z-Sneak. But yeah, it's sort of a weird situation, right? Where, like, you're not going to be able to kill him, but also Spike Carapace is, like, hell to play against as Timbersaw. And they just get an easy impale afterwards.
Yeah, I was looking at it earlier. I can't remember, but I think it's like in the top 5 of heroes that like statistically lower his win rate in pubs. It's like Nyx, DP are in there, as well as Batrider is in. I think Batrider's a little bit lower in the pub scenario, but in terms of pro games, Bat's like the go-to pick pretty much these days. And Timber's obviously a hero that really needs the lane to go well. So that's like one avenue I could see, but as you can envision up top here, things are kind of fine. It's just the Bat. There's no Nyx or anything, and Toby's currently gotten 2 Whirling Depths already on the Madara.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice for them, at least in this early goings. Yeah, and I think that it's going to be the big thing to watch is also, for me, always, how does Darkseer do? And not just because of my natural affinity for that hero, but man, level 1 is rough. It's rough out here for a Darkseer. And he does have this ward up on the high ground that's going to be able to scout out if there are rotations coming for a mid. But it looks like he's gotten through some of this initial difficult part and should be able to get to level 3 fairly safely.
Yeah, Darkseer's all about, like, what am I giving to the enemy carry? Like, how free is the last hitting? And Lifestealer is a particularly great pick this game because he's versus both Darkseer and the Batrider, so no matter what laning matchup he's got some tools versus those heroes. And under the tower, he's obviously very happy just sustaining himself the whole time while Snapfire and Nyx Assassin just dance in the tree line.
Yeah. Didn't talk too much about it, but Chessie facing off against Boom on this Queen of Pain that he has just become a terror on. Absolute monster. But so far, seems to be doing somewhat okay. Can dodge away with the Assimilate from some of these daggers. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's something at least.
I think the cooldowns are pretty far. You got 12 seconds and then 20 seconds on the Dissimilate. So, and you have to take an early Dissimilate, which like the Void Spirits don't love. But at least you have some sort of a tool, right? And it can't be countered by like a Sentry or something if it's like Queen versus TA.
Right. Yeah, definitely. That's one part that's nice about it. You could see already also down bottom.
It's like so boring as these two supports, dude. Like, I've just been walking each other for 2.5 minutes straight.
Yeah, they've gotten like no XP. At least Celery isn't level 2 yet for Pexu's first blood, taking down Madara. That ain't good. Poor PA.
No. Interesting. Not what I would have expected. At least not in that avenue of like just being the PA there. Like support wasn't even there. I guess maybe just caught off guard by the skill build of Toby. The fact that he doesn't even have reactive armor, allowing him to have this early aggression. Pretty sneaky.
Yeah.
Caught him on the diagonal.
It's a lot of damage out there. He takes 1 point in it now, but it's a cool way to build it if you can sort of, like you said, catch Madara off guard. And we might see more of that. Darkseer, like we talked about, having a good time with Peksu. They're level 2, as they will lose their courier. Oh no! Wait, was that his soul ring? Oh no, he's got it already. Okay, never mind. That's something else.
That would be the disaster item. That's true. But now he's just bringing in some more sustain. Misses on the stun there.
A little unfortunate. And Chad still having a good time for himself. Doesn't feel like anybody's really getting shut up except for Madara up top.
Yeah, we're talking about Timber wanting to have a good game. It's kind of the same. I mean, Madara's even fine. It's like 15 low. It's not that big of a deal. But PA also a hero that tends to like having a good start. Wants to like be able to be at a spot where once he's that first item, he can actually move in and.
Whoa! Down bottom.
Just diving. They got the stun again now on the Slurry.
Number 2, as they're going to be able to run him down Zibe with 2 quick kills. This is the strength if you can get Darkseer that level 3. So much of an increase in damage.
I feel like a lot of teams are not very good at capitalizing on the Darkseer aggression. I feel like every time I see Darkseer picked, he's such a passive laner these days, but they're using that high HP regen and just armor of the Nyx Assassin for that second body on the Iron Shell. But they don't even have like that initiator that you look for the real kills, right? Like Spirit Breaker or Earth Spirit or something. Zibe, he's stutter stepping here, but that's a cookie.
That's a bad one, and that's a dead Darkseer. All right, well, he gives a kill and then takes one away, goes back the other way. That's how it happens sometimes. Peksu does get these 2 range creeps, though, so that's going to be nice. Might even hold him.
Coming a bit low here. There's a Timber Chain, but trees are a bit far away here for Toby. Not going to risk it.
A little scary. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, a bit dicey though. Yeah, the Firefly helping out with the trees. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was a little unfortunate there. Madara just gonna have to back out again. It's really hard for him to contest the Timber right now. Bounty runes 2 apiece. Celery not gonna be able to get that one. As Chessie did make the move over towards that bounty rune. And it looks like
both up top with his bottle too.
I think he tries to kill the PA here. Is it worth it even?
Nah, just go back mid and keep punishing.
Okay. Seems reasonable. Level 6 for the Quapid Spooky. Boom. Having a really good game so far on this this Quap. Obviously not getting a ton of denies onto Chessie, who's still having an okay time for himself. Yeah, but either of these two.
Playing super safe. Oh, okay, now he's going to TP.
Okay, it's down to bottom. They want to try and punish this Peksu and Zibe rotation. Iron Shell jump in is going to be able to find 1 kill. And now Peksu very, very low, does have an impale if he wants to use it in just a moment. Well, sometimes you hit and sometimes you miss.
No, I think he was intentionally doing that. He just wanted the creep on the kills, or the kill on the neutrals, and he was hoping that one of them would deny him.
Got it.
Couldn't get it. Yeah, no, there's no way you're escaping Queen, right? I mean, with that or not. I liked his timing on the Carapace too, though, because it made it so Queen couldn't just insta-ult, so he at least guaranteed the kill on the Snapfire if he was going to die anyway.
Okay. Toby again standing tall up in front of Madara.
Chessie's coming, though.
Have some movement. Can they make anything happen? Aramis is already under a little bit of fire. He's got this haste rune. Aether Remnant down, able to pull him back in. A couple more punches, maybe a dissimilate, and we'll see if he gets this kill. But Timber's TPing, and Chessie has to give up the chase.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He thought it was gonna be really easy. I don't know if he thought like I have way more damage, but at that less point in the Aether Remnant, because he needed to stimulate versus the Queen, actually hurt him there, or I think he gets that kill. So maybe just like so used to certain damage values at this point in the game and not taking that into account in a different matchup or something here. But if they had to just like all focus the Timber, then Toby just would have died and could have really used that kill from Madara instead of killing the top hero. Treble.
They might actually be able to do something here to Boom. Impale comes out. The Iron Shell's still working. Spike Carapace trying to get the run down. Fairy Fire as well, but it's not quite going to be enough. It does keep the Darkseer alive at least. So Zibe able to make his escape. All top lane. Toby running at Madara, and he's forced to head on back home.
Timber in between tier 1 and tier 2 before 10 minutes is a good Timber game. That means life is perfect. This is what this hero is supposed to do. Z-Freak's going to try and pull the wave off the tower, but Toby has reached deal with me status. And so trying to occupy at least 2 heroes in this lane should help his lifestealer and his queen get to their next items.
Yeah, that is the nice part of it. Although they're kind of still moving around a little bit with Peksu here. As yeah, we talk about it, Z-Freak might just end up going down as he runs back the other direction, trying to keep them off the creep wave. Dodges again. He's got pretty good movement speed with just the boosts here. But the Chakram, the rundown, I mean, is he going to get out? I don't know. Toby's still chasing. They're keeping him off the tower, but with another Chakram to come. Oh! Okie doke. Gets around the corner. All right.
That's so like low cost for Timber though, because like the whole time the creeps are still just chasing him anyway. He doesn't care. He doesn't take any damage. He's just building stacks. He's still gonna get all the gold from that wave, all the XP, and now you're just gone.
True enough.
Courier has been killed.
Oh, they will grab a courier with a helm on there for our lifestealer, I believe.
That's a nice little pickup for him there. Definitely. Peksu is smoked up. Boom. Gonna blink over to the side, realizing there could have been some danger. They still haven't been able to take down this top tier 1 tower, but looks like it should happen now with the creep wave and Toby in the area.
Once the Rubik is hitting the tower, you know you're trying to force something.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna hide in the trees anymore.
Yeah, they're just ready to go. But you can see here, in the meantime, boom, jump forward. Ooh, that was close. That was real close.
Yeah, a bit greedy on the timing there.
Does look like Z-Freak's going to go down up top. Although, again, Toby, Chakram, dodge away. Dude, Z-Freak, look at this guy.
I mean, Z-Freak's level 6.
That's crazy. And Peksu shows up now. Spike Carapace out. Toby able to get the jump away as did not decide to go for the Impale play. He's going to deny one of these creeps. So they're keeping the tier 1 tower alive. It's a 2,000 gold lead into the favor of Viking GG. But it feels like it could be worse.
Well, the longer they keep this tower up, it just occupies the Timber here. It means that he can't either force the tier 2 damage, which is even worse, or start exerting his influence on other parts of the map. So, yeah, certainly good. And now you have the Tranquils coming out too, I believe. So that's going to give him a chance to maybe look around here and get the kill onto the Timber as Slurry will go down as Madara gets the kill with the Iron Shell.
That was nice. Quick rundown over to the side. Peksu's going to take out this bounty rune as well from Toby as, well, he might be in some trouble now. No more mana. It's the Soul Ring. And just heads off. But yeah, this the Ion Shell and the Surge on PA is probably the majority of what they were looking for in that last pick PA to help boost her damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Shad, not sure what to do here. They're gonna bring in reinforcements. You want to defend? There's a TP coming, our Snapfire.
Could be an interesting little timing. They do
She's really
hold
close
this
to
outpost.
6. She needs a couple more creeps to die here. And then if they commit, they'll have something. Oh my god. Over and over. Now the mid lane, the haste rune on Chessie gets the kill onto Aramis.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. They're bringing 3 heroes down bottom now, though. Peksu is underneath a sentry ward, and it looks like they do have vision, so they know that he's here. Oh wait, no, that observer ward just
They
went
just
away.
dropped another one too, though.
Okay.
In behind the tower to watch for the potential Nyx dive.
They're just running at him though. Toby finally takes that top tier 1 tower. Over to the side, Z-Freak is going to pull in another creep wave, but with Chad on him, looks like he might finally be going down.
Slurry.
All right, Madara. Oh, Cookie out. Finds him. Chase down. Another Surge in 4 seconds, but they're not going to need it. Just get the kill with Madara. In the meantime, back gets out again.
I feel like I haven't seen Boom in a while. What's going on, dude? Where's my Queen of Pain? She's not bringing it right now. Just hitting some Queen of Creeps or something.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I guess it's sort of like the last game where they're just trying to dodge away from those fights with her whenever they can, while still getting some pressure onto these other towers.
This is the time of the game where Timbers either like win or lose it, I feel like. Where they've taken their tower and then they don't know what to do. So I like that he's come down bottom because that's where you can see there's clear pressure from OG Seed. And now he's going to hold this lane. His up top Z-Freak's just getting run at by this Armlet. Can't find the high ground to get to. He's going to go for the lasso and he's going to try and separate, but boom, he's here. Yeah.
They do need to be a little bit careful. Toby is down bottom. I mean, is he going to really try and go for a play here? Impale? Nah, they're just keeping him back, I guess. I thought maybe with the Darkseer, but... Oh, no! Oh, my God! That was close. That was really scary. Madara, Chessie, they're all here. With the Vendetta, they can maybe go for a play onto Toby. If they could get this kill, this would be huge. Broken, taunted, pulled back in. Madara giving the tip to Boom afterwards. Now can they find the kill onto him?
You gotta do that way faster for it to be cool. Just saying.
Chessie chase down, another round of the mana burn. But it looks like they are going to back out. That's a big kill on that Timber.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice jump. Well played, Madara. Good play there from the helpful off to the side for a target to blink to, of course. Because without them, he'd be dead.
Another smoke up. Boom shows up. Spike Carapace comes out. Not going to hit on anybody. And Chessie just decides to run away.
Oh,
well, all right. That's
oh, no.
Apparently. Oh, God. Yeah, and that's going to be eventual kill here. Aramis isn't even going to go down, it looks like, as Z-Freak eventually burns to death. But Z-Freak did get Aramis, actually. It was the damage over time.
Yeah, but got it after he was dead, so no XP. But some gold. They like that ulti. They're like very ambitious for your Snapfire.
Aim high. That's right. I like it.
He shoots for the stars, and one of these days he just might grab one.
That was beautiful. I like that a lot.
That's a Michael Scott. Thanks, Michael Scott. Sorry.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I always think of the just Scott's tots every time he's brought up, and it breaks my heart.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, actually, the full quote is, she always shoots for the stars, and one of these days she might just surprise us and grab one. It's much harsher.
Oh God! Well,
the break
surprising us. They got him down bottom again. They got full control. Can they kill off Toby another time? Spike Carapace. They're baiting it out. Toby. Oh, he gets stunned as they pull him back in. Nice play with the level 1 vacuum from Zibe. And Timber goes down again, and I think that's a Kyle's wrong moment when we have the killing Timber saw. So shout out to him. Love the guy.
Yeah, 1-2-1. I mean, he is still controlling a lot of this game, but the fact that he dies there now, if they're able to actually finish the job on this tower, would be great for the side of OG Seed. Zibe and Pexu are more concerned about moving over here with Z-Freak, though, and I guess they're just playing the Vanguard here, making sure the outpost doesn't have a TP point, and that just means the tower's free. Shad has been up top for a long time, though. He's getting a ton of farm on this lifesteal because of the space of the hero, like the Timbersaw in the bottom lane. So moving into his next item, maybe those infest ganks with Boom are going to be the big ticket for them.
I feel like so much of this too is, like you said, that lifesteal are staying up there forever.
They're smoking Pexu and Z-Freak without Lasso and without Vendetta just to try and get these really deep wards. Wow. These wards are so good at spotting couriers and seeing where rotations are going when the enemy's smoked. Especially because there's so many couriers now. It's actually like kind of busted having these deep wards.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So like they see these moving out towards mid here, and then of course you realize, okay, well we can play around this bottom side maybe a little bit more. Are they going to be able to catch anybody? I mean, Celery and Boom have just been hanging out this area. Z-Freak walks in. They have a sentry ward already down, so they know that he's in the area. Pexu, Spike Carapace goes off, and now moving in with this Timbersaw, Z-Freak again pulling aggro, and we'll see if they're going to be able to get this kill. At the very least, it looks like he's going to be able to hide up towards the top side here as they eventually bring him down with the Sonic Wave. I mean, you know what's crazy is all of these deaths that we've seen from Z-Freak, they have been making so much space for the rest of his team to get online, like particularly along that top lane, slowing down that take of the tier 1 tower. I feel like even though he just died right there, he's been playing really good.
Yeah, as long as Madara pops off in that next big fight, it'll all have been worth it. Ooh, that's I guess he's already got the Rainbow Kill, though. Dragon Scale's like kind of nice, but it's not that much physical damage anyway.
They got them. Chase forward. Can he get the blink away? He will for the moment. And Spike Carapace breaks the ulti coming out. Madara still chase. Impale. Oh my god, Madara just barely 32 HP, and Pexu also walks away from them. Now turning Zibe. They can't get either of them. That was insane.
Chessie dove the Snapfire once she was stunned up. Didn't really have anything to do.
God damn. Oh, now the pullback onto 1. This is a big kill if they can find it. Boom gets the jump away though. Now Shad and Toby back in the air. Another Spike Carapace, and Timber just does not have a free time of being able to be crazy in these fights. He's not dying all that often, but he's also not finding kills.
Yeah, his window is like it's going down a couple stories. You know, it's not quite the penthouse suite anymore. It's a little bit of a basement window. Like he's got to fight through Carapace. He's got to worry about these Aether taunts, even just getting lassoed and everything during these team fights. So that needs to start getting a couple kills, or at least being involved in this AoE gold to try and get a bit tougher here.
Oh, jump in, catching him, taunted, pull back to the other side. They're going to cookie, trying to back away. Another round of the vacuum. Madara blows up 1, blows up the courier afterwards. Is he going to be able to get out? They have the wall down, blink away. And so the trade is the Nyx for the Rubik after the tower dies.
That's good, though. Toby's getting involved. He gets the kill. Trying to get a little bit tankier. Getting that plate mail will be really nice as he's going towards that Lotus Orb to help his squad out.
Very interesting. As, again, Z-Freak kind of getting aggro underneath this ward here. They're going to have full vision of this on the side of Viking GG and should realize that there's potential. Imclop picked up, then another shawl for the PA. That shawl's kind of cool.
What do we steal here? The pole? No, the Assimilate. Oh, no, it is the Remnant. Never mind. Yep, nice.
Okay. Yeah. 18 minutes in. PA just smooth hanging on to that Aquila for the moment. And again, kind of like interesting storyline of this game, to me at least, is it feels like Viking GG do have a couple of these heroes that, as we're going to see Z-Freak die in the Radiant jungle, most likely. Flame Break, but now he's done. Is this idea of like, you know, both the Queen and the Timber can sometimes fall off if they die a few times, and it's kind of been trading back and forth. I mean, where do you see the state of this game going forward?
I don't know, it feels kind of awkward with the Queen because like she's 4-0-3, but she's been rotating around so much that she still hasn't finished her Orchid at like 19 minutes despite being 4-0-3. You know,
Yeah.
Not really what you would expect. It's almost done. I mean, almost being 700 gold away. Just seems a little surprising. Like by the time he gets it, this BKB is gonna be pretty close for Madara. There's already a Yule Scepter on the Void Spirit as well.
Right. Yeah, they have answers, it feels like, definitely. Granted, the team fight right now from Viking GG is really terrifying, so it feels like OGC just have to keep them off the towers as much as possible, and they're doing a really good job of it. But we'll see if they can keep dodging the fights as they pull back in and take the Life Stealer. Can they bring him down? Shad gets the cookie away, jumps inside of Celery, and they will now back out. Toby. Oh, is he really going in on him?
Yeah, their own catch isn't that amazing though. Like Surge is pretty good this game. There's not that many direct stuns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to steal one from the... I mean, they have with the Rubik, right? He has the taunt, so...
You get the outpost. Pex2 turns now, trying to find that kill. Well, looks like they are going to be able to walk away for the moment on Celery. Stick charge is still being held, so they can't get that kill.
At the same time, mid, they almost hit the Interpol as well to have a chance of killing Madara, but just able to jump away over to Zubei's. Toby will now chase down the Darkseer, but again, Surge, very good. And they had 1-1 on the outpost, right?
Yeah, 1-1 apiece. They weren't able to take the bottom one in time. Yeah, it feels like Viking GG really want to shut down this outpost control that OG have basically been able to hold the whole time, which has allowed them to play on this bottom side of the map really well.
It's also been kind of an awkward start for Shad on the lifesteal, right? Because he went for this armlet and then right into the MKB, and you know he wants Halberd this game, but now he's coming on. Like he really abused all that space he got up top. He went for a very greedy build, but I think it's gonna be well worth it.
Yeah.
As long as they can actually get that control.
Right.
You know, PA needs to stand still.
Yeah, that's the big issue. I'm surprised too that Viking GG didn't go for like a Yule Scepter on anybody, because being able to just like purge all of the Darkseer stuff always feels like it's really nice. But I guess that like defensive wise, it's not really gonna like solve Toby's issues, and you know, Plop wants to be in a big aggressive beast.
Self-using versus like Nyx and Void's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, thank you. Yes, my stuff is kind of annoying to try and hit people with.
All right. Well, yeah, less than 1,000 gold lead. We did see the Quap go for the 40 attack speed talent, so trying to be more of that right-click-in oriented person as opposed to just spamming out the spells. Almost have the pipe done on the Darkseer. He's going to get that level 15 talent for the vacuum AoE as bottom lane. They will hit a scan. Radiant realizing Z-Freak's over here. And jump in, Orchid reveal. He got the Firefly off, though.
Top tower is under attack.
Okay. So, nothing doing.
Yeah, their initiation is not great.
Jeez.
I think what the panel was expecting was like a little bit more of a lane advantage here from Viking GG, but so that they could like force towers and stuff, but instead it's just kind of like awkward. They're just hitting creep waves, and OG are doing a good job pushing out waves for sure too. Or like if the creeps actually reach their tower, they're able to pull them off. Like Z-Freak's been doing a great job. I know he's 1-6-1, but there still have been several times he's delayed this game just like down bottom and survived.
I mean, it's crazy to me that, like, you know, there's still a tier 1 tower standing. There's still 2 tier 2 towers standing. And I guess it's one of the inherent problems with this lineup from Radiant is they don't really have the best tower hitters either.
No one's hitting towers this game.
No, just hitting heroes. The MKB with the armlet and now going back for the halberd on Shad is pretty cool. I don't know how much I love it, but you know.
It's a necessity versus the PA. It's like kind of an ugly build in some ways, but you know, it's like those games where OD just has to buy the MKB and you're depressed, but you know it must be done. I think that's kind of the build here for Shad. It's like, what the hell else am I supposed to do versus this team?
We're about 1,200 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter being done on Chessie, which just creates a whole new slew of problems. But by that point, they should have the Spirit Vessel. Is up top, they find the Darkseer, Surge away, almost living, and drops down the wall afterwards. They kill off Boom.
Oh, no.
This is the BKB reveal from Madara, and Toby now trying to jump away. Do they have the lockdown for him? They have another round of this Aether Remnant, and Toby trying to back away. He misses the chains. They pull him in a little bit closer now. And with the Impale, with the Flaming Lasso, that is a double kill for Madara on 2 of the top cores for Viking GG.
Game's starting to slip out of Viking GG's hands. And once that Basher comes out on PA, that's when I'm real concerned with Viking GG. Because then I feel like if the cookie's not right there or something, they're just completely dead. Even with the cookie, I don't know if they'll survive. That is one fast Batrider as he's hastening on through.
Radiant structures.
This is blinked on now too. I mean, he's the one that's made so much space, and then also the thing we're going to start seeing is like Nyx Assassin going for this Meteor Hammer. It's going to be a little while, but if he ever gets to it, already he's just disrupting this fight so much. Like, everybody needs BKBs. And Boom is not particularly close to it. Celery gets jumped on, found DDPA. Now, say goodnight.
Couldn't even
Maybe a
get there.
turnaround? I mean, I don't think this is going to work. Spike Carapace pushback. Can they kill him off? Madara just walking away, pops his own BKBs out of there. Pale jumps inside of another hero, tries to jump in for the kill on Toby, but it's not going to hit. On to Madara, jump out now. They will finally bring him down. That was well played. The Spike Carapace, Shad trying to chase down the Batrider, will be able to get that kill. An overextension by OG, and Zibe doesn't have Surge for another 3 seconds to vacuum up to the high ground, get him out of there. He's going to get ran down. It's not enough. But have fun, Shad.
One has Timber Chain and the other has Blink, but it looks cool, guys.
Oh, Shad doesn't have a TP though. He's just chilling up here. How you doing, buddy? How's the weather?
That's all right. You have a snack. Oh, I could have at least aimed for the creeps, you know.
Oh, and up top, Chessie gets found, turns on a Boom, trying to man up, seeing if he can make the kill happen. One more punch, gets the kill. They will lose Chessie for it, but he took down Boom.
Aramis took the streak too, which he was kind of poor on the Rubik, and now he's just starting to catch up to Z-Freak. This reminds me of that VP.Prodigy series earlier, where it felt like a team was getting a lead, and I was like, okay, this looks really good for them. And then they just overextend and die, and then suddenly the other team's like looking like the team in control. Because just like the PA BKB, oh, I actually thought Shad had it queued up. I guess he's not, or sorry, the PA Basher rather. Shad had a Basher queued up, but now he wants the AC instead.
Interesting. I guess it's a little bit more of that team-oriented play. Like, the rest of his team is going to need that armor in these fights against PA. Otherwise, like, at the end of the fight, it's just going to be everybody else dying, and then he's alone. Something like that.
Yeah, it would be nice to stun someone, though.
You're not wrong.
You know?
Yeah.
They're pretty good. Aghanim's done for the Void Spirit. One of the more interesting ones. Gives you the silence with the 2 charges on your Resonant Pulse. How good is the silence this game? Queen can't break until her BKB. That's pretty devastating. We have the Lotus already for Toby, so he's good. And at least that means he can help out the Queen too, right? He can help his more vulnerable allies during the silence. Have to keep an eye on that. Lifestealer doesn't like silence.
Where are we at now? They move in onto Toby, find him. Will not have a way to break this the second time. After the silence comes out, he is just super dead.
But yeah, they still have Lasso if needed, and now they can go confidently into Roche, I would think. I don't see it being that scary. They're even going to smoke. All right, they're faking it.
is under attack.
They want the lasso
Play.
kill.
Looking for it. Shad's there. Madara pops the BKB, turning onto Aramis. Shad, Spike, Carapace, but Rage has already been used. After the Rage, they get the pull-in. Sonic Wave on absolutely everybody, but isn't enough damage. It doesn't look like it. They got Lifestealer inside of this Quap, taunted, pulled back in, and going to be killed off afterwards. Shad trying to chase down Z-Freak. They're buying back on everybody. I think if you're OGC, you can just walk away. We'll see if they can get out, but the slowdown from the wall is there, and I think they just retreat.
Questions now, though, for Viking GGs. If you can't get 8 kills here, can you get objectives? You don't have this minus armor. Looks like they... No, not going to go. I like going Roche here, but it's so slow for their team. Plus, they don't really know about the buyback situation. They're going to try it, though. Gonna get that soul burn going.
They see this. The Rubik illusion, it's right there. They know that this is going on. Still a couple of seconds, and Dire hold that outpost up here on the top side of the map. Jesse getting prepared to go in and contest if they want to. God, it's really scary, but it feels like they might need it.
There's PA BKB in 8 seconds. I don't think this is going to go very well for Viking GG.
They got to be careful. The rest of the heroes aren't here yet. Nyx is trying to walk in. They got the vacuum. Is there any follow-up? Jump in. Jesse gets the Aegis, and they get the kill. Madara turning now onto Toby, turning onto Shad. Everybody from OGC is here, and with no Queen of Pain, with no buyback, they need to get the hell out of here. Toby trying to Timber Chain to walk away. Nyx Assassin's got him in his sights with that Impale Yule Scepter lift up. And there is going to be the follow-up stun onto 2. One cookie into the middle of all of it. Can they do it? They are able to take down another one on the Nyx Assassin, but the continued control, absolute madness here up on the high ground. Madara trying to walk away. Are they actually doing this? They burned through the Aegis now. All right, Shad, Toby, all of the rest of them are here to try and control. Chessie gets the silence out with that Resonance Pulse as Toby still running down Z-Freak over on the other side. Chessie kills off Aramis, taunts, and now going to pull him in so he can't cookie as they get the TP out. What in the hell is going on? Are Zibby and Celery, they're still fighting. Do you guys realize nobody else is here? I guess it doesn't matter.
Madara's coming.
All right, Madara there to help. Throws out a dagger back the other way. And now has to blink away. His Shad is still too hard to touch.
Bottom tower is under attack.
My God.
It looks like that second engagement, I guess, still favors them.
Yeah.
The XP and gold, it's like pretty even actually with the exchange there. It would have been nice to just keep the Aegis, I feel like, since pushing is kind of difficult for each lineup. It would have been good to maybe try and clear out some of these tier 2s with it, but at the very least, OG, as expected, take a good Roche fight. Once that BKB was coming up, I was like, I just don't see what they could do, and Boom got caught off by the silence. This time, though, it's the silence thrown on the Z-Freak, as he will get orchided. But yeah, you had PA jump in at the same time as the Void Spirit. Chessie popped the silence, and Boom just had no option at the moment.
Yeah, it's sort of a weird dynamic after that. Like you're talking about that secondary fight where things got more hectic, because I feel like it was kind of the point that the panel was trying to talk about, where these heroes from Viking GG are just so tanky that it is hard to burn through them unless you like take out all the rest of the heroes. If you kill off the Quap, if you kill off the Snapfire, and then you take down the Rubik. And if that doesn't happen and you're just like punching a Timber Saw, that ain't gonna work.
Ooh, Satanic.
Radiant's bottom
Satanic
tower
and
is
Paladin
under
Sword
attack.
now for our PA.
And then something super spicy.
And she has the 15% lifesteal talent as well. That is a lot of lifesteal.
Bottom tower is under
Lifesteal, eat your heart out, dude.
All right.
I'm not
What
sure.
What do you think of the rapier queued up afterwards?
I think that's the year 2020 in Dota, dude. Do they have any evasion at all? Oh, Rapier. It's the only choice, guys. I guess we just gotta buy it. Every core player is just loving this patch. Any excuse they can get.
It's,
PA is an all or nothing, right?
I mean, it seems like it's it's a good way to play, though. You know, you just jump in, blow somebody up at the start. I always like it with the Aghanims as well. Oh, wait, you going back to the Basher now.
Oh, how dare he get the good item? I mean, if they had Aegis, you know, I could see maybe an argument for a GGN, but I'm much happier with a Basher.
Aramis gets the lift on a Batrider, but it is all for naught as they eventually burn him down. Over on the other side, though, Silence onto Chessie, gets a return Silence. Trying to pull in Toby. They are fighting around this high ground here, but I don't know if it's going to end up mattering. Vacuum wall onto 2. Pexu with the follow-up stun. Hits on the life doors. He's coming out. It's so much of the DOT and trying to bring down Toby. He's going to fall also. Triple kill for Zippy. A Darkseer has never looked so pretty in the history of Dota as they're going to try and slow down and kill off Shad. Oh, yes, please. Once again. My God.
Dude, he was so patient waiting for that vacuum. Like, there are a couple times now where he's just kind of like sauntering around these team fights, waiting and waiting. That looked like a Darkseer who would have blinked dagger.
Right. Oh.
He's just, patience is a virtue, he says. And of course, the alley-oop, got to give some credit to Peksu for being in position for that one.
Dude, and suddenly a 14,000 gold lead after the last couple of minutes have gone completely astray for Viking GG. OG Seed have come online now.
Peksu's looking at this aggressive force stab. I can feel it. He's like, walk down those stairs. Someone do it.
Chase, Eul's Scepter lift up. Stun is there afterwards if they need it, and well, they didn't, but they still use it. Tier 2 tower is still up. OG Seed feeling in full control of this game at number 2 now. And I mean, if you're Viking GG, what's the play? It feels like they haven't had a fight go the way they wanted in the past like 15 or 10 minutes, maybe.
I'm trying to remember, like Boom's just really struggling. He needed this BKB so long ago, and he's so far behind the other cores. I mean, he's right there with Timber, to be fair, but he just keeps getting blown up in these team fights. Feels like he doesn't get any of his spells off.
Yeah. If there was another one of those like reflected damage or something type of stats you could look at, I feel like this Nyx Assassin pick is so good, and it's really good. Like, it was first pick overall for OG Seed, and they still end up running into like the Snapfire, the Timbersaw, and the Quap, who all really struggle against it.
Excellent analysis, my friend. You are quite correct. Those are all heroes that Nyx really likes playing against. I'm with you on that one.
Well, they are chasing down for Toby. I don't know, man. I'm struggling to see it. It's a dubious proposition.
Well, they have the Infest Bomb, and Lifesteal still does a stupid amount of damage. This guy better die. That's all I'd say. See, all right, you got stun problems.
Oh, no. That's stun problem. Sonic Wave not really doing all that much. Another round of Vacuum Balls. 3 dead. And with Nyx gone, Toby might be able to get out of here, but holy crap, Shad is also in trouble. He's going to die. How did this happen? That's my question. GG.
Well, excellent aggression from OG Seed. Good kind of dodging of the Timber. Like, the Timber still did his job in a lot of ways, but they didn't like feed a bunch of kills to them, and the kills they did feed were just like this Bat Rider trying to pull the creeps off the tower and sort of delay this timing from the Timber overall.